Yeah. Where did the name Burna Boy come from?
This is weird, but I used to draw comic books and stuff. I know I don't look like it, but yeah, I used to draw comic books and like copy like, you know, different like Spider-Mans and Superman. I would just draw it. And then at a point I wanted my own. I wanted to be my own superhero where I could draw me as a superhero, you know, with a cape and all that. So I was trying to come up with a name and all I could think of was Burna Boy.
No way. That's where Burna Boy comes from?
Literally.
You're a
Because you know
superhero.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man, Burna Boy.
Exactly.
Wow.
Welcome to the Afrobeats Report, where you get the lowdown of what's happening and what has happened in the lives of your favorite Afrobeats musicians. Also, with a cherry on the top, we will tell you the meaning of those Afrobeat songs you love so much and teach you how to pronounce them right. Tune in. One of the biggest names currently in the entertainment industry is Burna Boy. From declaring himself the Giant and Odogwu, or warrior of Africa, to being a common person who chooses to be happy always, let's find out more about him and how his music journey started. This brings us to the question, who is Burna Boy? Damini Eboluwa Ogulu was born on 2nd of July 1991 and was brought up in Port Harcourt City, Rivers State, Nigeria. His family is art-oriented, giving him a full push for his music career. He attended Montessori International Primary School and had his secondary education at Corona Secondary School, Agbara, Lagos. At age 10, Burna began making music after being introduced to Fruity Loops Studio software by one of his classmates. While in secondary school, he led the Deaf Code band and they performed at the school's Golden Jubilee celebration. After completing his secondary school education, he left the shores of Nigeria for further studies. He got admitted to the University of Sussex in the United Kingdom to study media technology between 2008 and 2009. Immediately after this, he went to Oxford Brookes University and bagged a degree in media communications and culture. Burna eventually returned to Nigeria to launch himself into the music space properly. His mother saw his interest in music and got him an internship with Rhythm 93.7 FM in Rivers State, Nigeria. Every day after he was done with homework, he would go to the studio to record. In case of power failure, he always had his generator at the back of his car. Burna Boy officially started his music career in 2011 after he signed a record deal with Aristocrats Record. His debut single, Like to Party, preceded his album Life Live and was released in 2012. The song had a massive reception from fans and became a hit. Burna Boy came prepared as he dropped his first studio album that same year. The album, Life, an acronym for Living Impact for Eternity, was an impressive start. Other hit singles from the album include Tonight, Yawa Day, Checks and Balances, and Don Godon, amongst others. From his sound, it was clear that Burna Boy was a big fan of Fela Kuti, the father of Afrobeats. On the album, he included the likes of Olamide, M.I., Wizkid, Two-Face, and Timaya. The project ranked one of the best works of 2012 in Nigeria, and upon his entry into the music space, Burna succeeded in creating a unique niche for himself. A few months into 2015, he made the news after he terminated his deal with Aristocrats Records and founded his record label, Spaceship Entertainment. Burna went ahead with releasing his second album, which he named after his record label, On a Spaceship. The period after he ended his contract was very tough on him. He dealt with many struggles and troubles but continued to make music. During this trying time, he battled rumors that he was banned from the UK for some time. Some say 15 years, some say 5 years. Then he was snubbed by the largest awards organizers in Africa, Headies Awards, and MTV Africa Music Awards. Many speculated the reason he was banned was for jumping bail for some gang-related crime. He didn't confirm nor deny the allegations then. However, it seems he has finally opened up this year in one of his latest songs, Glory. Burna decided to tweak his sound and started making music that could compete globally as he was dealing with problems instigated by his previous label. He returned hotter with his debut extended playlist, Redemption, which got a lot of attention from foreign labels. However, to cement his relevance in the Nigerian music space, Burna released his third studio project, Outside, in 2018, which was one of the best years of his career. The album had singles like Rock Your Body, Streets of Africa, and Yay. This album was one of the biggest things that occurred in the Afrobeats industry. Yay, the biggest track from this album, traveled far and wide. While performing this song on one of his tours, he got so emotional as the crowd sang the entire piece from beginning to end. Outside was the album that made his global and local presence solid. At the end of 2018, he was announced as one of Spotify's new Afro-Hop takeover artists. The following year, Burna got an invitation to be part of Beyoncé's album, The Lion King, The Gift, and was the only artist apart from Beyoncé to have a solo song. This same year, he released his fourth studio album, African Giant. He featured Angelique Kidjo, Zlatan Ibile, and Georgia Smith with singles like On the Low, Killing Them, Anybody, Bono, Dangote, Pull Up, Omo, and Secret. This album recorded great success on digital platforms and got a Grammy nomination for Best Global Album. In 2022, Burna got featured on the viral Jerusalema remix by Master KG and infused the Afrobeat vibe into it. A few months later, Sam Smith featured him on his single, Oasis. Just in the middle of the year, the African Giant dished out his fifth album, Twice as Tall, produced by Diddy and his mother, who is also his manager. The album became his most successful album as it topped charts worldwide. It also won him a Grammy nomination for Best World Music Album, making him the first African artist to receive a Grammy nomination 2 years in a row. Later in the year, he made more headlines when Twice as Tall topped the Billboard World Albums chart. The moment he had been waiting for all his life finally came on the 15th of March 2021, when Twice as Tall got him his first Grammy Award. Destiny, one of his singles from the Twice as Tall album, was one of the songs on Joe Biden's inauguration playlist. Well, we thought Burna would relax and bask in all the achievements he had gathered. But that was not the case as Burna released his sixth studio album, Love Damini. He led with singles like Kilometer and of course the song of the summer, Last Last. Other tracks from the project include For My Hand, featuring Ed Sheeran, It's Plenty, Jagili, and many more. Talking about awards, Burna Boy is one of the most successful Afrobeats artists with Nigerian Entertainment Awards, BET Awards, MTV Awards, Headies Awards, and lots more. Indeed, Burna Boy is the giant of Africa. We've come to the end of this video. This has been the Afrobeats Report. Subscribe to stay up to date on the news about your favorite Afrobeat artist. See you next time and keep listening to Afrobeats.